sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Everyone, before we get started, check out @HeyDavidOn and @KingMavsForever on Twitter. You got Standoff Chart and King Mavs on the VeVe app. Kobe Collection, OMI Player 1 on VeVe, and Rayfax.eth. Go and search that wherever you wish. Powers of X #1 over here, Kobe Collects down here. Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin Cheeks, VeVe Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, and Sody Pop Media. You also got Charles Merkel, VeVe Darklink, Cavell Anderson, and VeVe Vibes all on Twitter. I'm sorry, the YouTube. You got @WhatWizardVeVe and Gary O @1234CA3 on the Twitter. And then you got, DerekBrad.com/pages/VeVe-photography and WoundedWarriorProject.org. Those are websites you should check out. So, VeVe had, VeVe had a AMA in Discord today, and pretty much the big thing, there's really only one thing to go over. Y'all can ask me anything, obviously, of course, but it is it had to do with fees. So they just announced that it's most likely going to be a 10% fee to withdraw from when we get MTL. When we get that, they haven't said. When we get exchanges for OMI, they haven't said. Again, it was supposed to be just a more casual type of thing for the Discord AMA. So they weren't really supposed to get too crazy into it. Like I said, there's no need to really report anything until it's set in stone. And they actually use the words they're not allowed to say which exchanges they are, and they're not allowed to advertise until they get the green light, until they get the go-ahead. But basically, so a lot of people are complaining because if you do sell something that's either Marvel, Disney, or James Bond, you do have an 8.5% fee. So let's do the math here. And for me, this is just the cost of doing business. But let's say you have $10,000 that you sell something for $10,000, and you times 0.915, because that's the 8.5% fee. So you net $9,150. Now, when you go to pull that out, let's say it's in gems, you times it by 0.9 because you have to take off a 10% fee. You have $8,235. Now, for a bank transferal fee, there is whatever your bank charges for like a wire or incoming. Generally, a wire is like $50. Like generally, like that's how much it usually costs. I don't think sometimes 35. I don't think it's that much. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's a little bit of a hit. Something you have for $10,000, you sell it for $10,000, and actually after you pull everything out, you're netting $82.35. Again, that is before the bank fee, whatever that is. Now, most likely, something that is now currently $10,000, you probably bought it for something that was a lot less if you were here for a while. If you bought it recently, most likely it is not as much as it was. Again, why I'm going to I would never sell something at a loss, just because unless there's something that is such a good deal and it automatically jumps up, I really wouldn't sell something at a loss. Like let's say if I were to find a secret rare Spider-Man, like someone's just really pumped to get, or I'm sorry, let's say it's a Walt. Someone's really pumped to get rid of a Walt, and it's like, I don't know, $8,000 or $10,000 below or whatever, and I have to sell some things for a loss to get that. Okay, yeah, it's not bad. Whatever it is. But, heritage auctions, golden auctions, PWCC, they all have like a 10 to 20% fee. So I'm really not, I don't understand why. I mean, I understand why. If you make the argument, so it's like, okay, we have one fee for this and another fee for this. And again, most fees are not 8.5%. It's 8.5% for Disney, Marvel, and James Bond. Which, by the way, we have another James Bond thing. I'll go over that in my James Bond thing tomorrow. But for the most part, like, because Disney got all these licenses for us to help make money, and they have to pay like a large amount. I think like 30% when money's put into this. So like 100, let's say $1 million are put into this every day. They don't get that $1 million. They get like 700,000 of that because of Apple and Google, and I think that will be corrected soon if it's not corrected already, where they don't have to pay that much. but so they have to. That's just a way of trying to make it back, like trying to make some of those fees back because they're already operating at a 30% loss just on that, not including what they have to do with the licensors, how much they have to pay for those versus how much they have to pay each time they get sold. So like I said, and again, they have to pay their employees. They have to take something for themselves because again, this wasn't cheap. This wasn't free to do. So if I have to pay that, for essentially, cue that meme, sitting on the toilet, like what do most people do? They just go for the drop, cool, and sell it, easy, very very easy. I mean, if you go and try to, I've seen this a lot with Pokemon cards, where people are like, yo, eBay has too many fees, eBay has too much fees, and like someone should make something where there's not as much fees. They'll get all of our business. Like people have tried. People have tried to set up their own website, and they've tried to set up their own rating system, and they've tried to set just specifically for Pokemon. They had the money, they had the clout, they had like the power. Didn't work. It just didn't work. And that's people that are big into Pokemon. You just, there's no way to do this without a large amount of fees just to cover the cost of everything. So for me, it's just cost of doing business. There's no other way. There's no easier, cheaper. If you can find a cheaper way to do it, by all means, go. But a lot of people that are complaining have never owned a business, and I'm all in on this. Like if it was very bad, if I thought that they were trying to take advantage, and I thought that they were trying to like pull the wool over our eyes and try to be like, oh, doing something shady, I would not be in this. I would be the first person to like lead the charge against them. But again, that's not what they're doing. They're just doing, well, they're doing what they're doing. They're just trying to run a successful business, and they're very successful at it. And I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be. Again, the only reasons would be like cataclysmic, earth-shattering, World War III, alien invasion type scenarios. Also, before I get too far into this here, I'm going to go to my channel on my videos, and I'm going to smash the like button. It would be really great if y'all could smash that like button as well. It'd be super fantastic. All right, moving on here. Let's get this straight. Let's see what we got on the comments. MLB says, what's going on? Bill Gardner says, number three. Number three, what? Danny Marquez says, comment. Lord of the Realm says, how's it going, Randy? That was a nice chat Alex had today. It was a nice chat. Ooh, what we got? We got a super chat from Raythax saying 0.005, going to buy another 2 million. OMI, get it, Raythax, get it. Yeah, I'm looking to try to get more myself. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will try. I'll try my very best. I mean, at some point, it's like, okay, Chavez is probably enough OMI, but it's never enough. It's like, it's never ogre. Anyone's ever read or seen the Shrek is Love, Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. Like, it's never ogre. It's never enough. So, yeah, like, Aretha, I don't know what your bag is up to, like how much OMI you have, but keep stacking, brother. We got, another month and a half? Yeah, I say late March, maybe early April. Again, my long-term, the thesis of the company has not changed. And, give me another $100,000 tomorrow. Well, maybe not all of it would go to OMI. I do need to save for taxes. But again, I don't think OMI will be at the same price in 2 months from now when I have to pay taxes. I'm pretty sure OMI will be a lot higher. So maybe I would probably put most of it in, and maybe leave like 20,000, like just in case, for whatever. But yeah, moving on. Bill Gardner says, who's pumped about the James Bond motorcycle? Yeah, new James Bond will be on Sunday. Again, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm nitpicking. I want the golden gun. I want the guns. I want the characters. I want statues of James Bond. I want Christmas. I want Moneypenny. I want a lot of those people. I think that'd be pretty fun to get. And just imagine being in the VeVe-verse. I think that'd be fun. Bill Gardner says, I got to get all vehicles for my rental business. I mean, it is vehicle. Like I said, I got the DeLoreans. I got the Ecto ones. I had all the James Bond ones at one point. Haven't gotten the. I mean, should I get one of these? I don't know. I'll let you know. If I get it on the drop, I'll keep it. Bobby Green says, good morning, Randy. Duh, man. Still in Singapore. Have to go to Spain soon. We'll be listening to your VeVe and OMI updates on the flight. Much love, brother. Congrats, Bobby Green. Like I said, I'll be doing videos each day The only time I will take off really will be in early March, where it's my girlfriend's birthday. We'll be going to the Poconos, and I'll try to do a video because there's no internet up there. The only place that there's internet is at the supermarket, where I would have to go and try to upload the video there, and it would take like an hour. I don't know if that's really worth it. Gino Tedeschi says, what's up, Gino Tedeschi? Nomad with NFT says, hey, pumpkin cakes. What's going on? Justin says, moment of silence for standoff chart. Oh, did he not get his... Oh, man. Really sad that he didn't get his thing back. Man, that sucks. I really hope that Okomi can do something, because that guy that got an Elsa, like he sniped an Elsa too. I'm pretty sure he's using a script. I'm pretty sure he's using a bot. Hashtag not cool. Nars Pharmacies, still no exchanges. This really sucks. I've been preaching for the last couple of days that we probably wouldn't get them until late March, but I know, like, they said they would have it by February. They didn't tell us why they weren't. Well, they told us why they weren't advertising. They said they're not like allowed to until the exchanges actually advertise themselves. So that's why, that probably NDA, something like that. Or maybe it's just a handshake deal where they go and they say, hey, let the exchanges, let them be the ones to do the advertising. I mean, at the end of the day, it is going to be their money that they would miss out on if, Okomi announces it too early. So we could figure it out. When is it? Again, I wouldn't expect until late March, early April, but who knows? It could be before then, could be after then. Just opportunity for us to fill our bags one last time. All right, moving on. No, but NFT says, I love MTL, free money, even buying gems at 47 to $1 from actual user. Let's go. Yeah. But I haven't done it, but it seems really easy to go and, like, again, if you just buy gems now at like 40% off, let's say you buy 1,000 gems for, $600. And then what do you do when suddenly those gems are equal to $1 again? When you cash out, you pay the 10% fee. That's just free money. It does not seem like a bad idea. Now, again, I'm not going to do it because, like, God forbid the account, like, my account gets frozen. That would be like the worst look ever. So I'm not doing that. DJ Crisco says, do you look in your Instagram DMs? I've been sending some things. Every now and then I do. DJ Crisco. Let's take a look, see. It's most likely going to be in my requests. What's your name on Instagram, DJ Crisco? I'm guessing it's Chris Gomez. If it is Chris, oh wow, there's some messages. Oh no, where'd you go? No, I had you. I don't know where you went. Oh, I don't know where you went. Okay, no, here we are. Okay, so there's a Spider-Man artifact keychain. That's interesting. Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, Mr. Potato Head. I guess they kept him. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty legit. Moving on. Sabe New Way says, Master Randy, greetings from Australia. Let's get this bread, mate. Let's get it. R3 says, Randy, where's the best place to buy OMI? Probably Bit4x. Yeah, Bit4x. They did mention a bridging system, which the bridging system will probably be, give it a couple weeks, we'll probably get it, which is fine. And the bridging system is so you can go from layer 2 to layer 1, layer 1 to layer 2, that type of deal. But yeah, Bit4x is probably the best place for right now. ExecuSpeak says, that's what I'm saying. I run my own business and I have COS and fees. MTL is a cost of sales, aka costs you pay at transaction. It makes sense to me, even if I'm not pumped to pay it. Yeah, same. It just says, cashing out an OMI? If so, probably less fees. Yeah, so that's the other thing. We will have OMI to NFT one day, which means that we'll be able to buy NFTs with OMI, and we'll be able to sell our NFTs for OMI, obviously. And depending on what you could send from VeVe account to VeVe account, and currently there's no gas fees. So So right then, that would be gasless. But to cash out, like to get to an exchange, again, you would have to go to a bridging system first, pay the gas fees to go to a bridging system, and then pay gas fees again to go to an exchange. So you do have to pay gas fees, but if you have, let's say, like, $10,000 plus, the gas fees are going to be a lot less than there are with MTL, which incentivizes the use of OMI. This incentivizes the use case. A lot of people complaining, oh, they don't care about the token. All they care about is the app and make money. Okay, well, this is them caring about the token. So this is very good. I'm very, very happy. Because again, that just gives a better use case for OMI, in my opinion. Moving on. Frank Sabaco says, these fees are the cost of having these IPs. It's either this or go buy random 2D art on OpenSea. Fair point. Dino Tedeschi says, also federal tax on top of that. That's a good point. You will get taxed on profits. Fair point. Palace Zachary Roy says, let's go. Genex says, hopefully we can sell for OMI. I wonder if the fee would be the same. No, the fee should be, the fee should just be gas fees. It should be about it. What's up, Milham? How's it going? Lori Brenner says, loved Silicone's AMAs. Who are Silicone? I will take a look-see. Give them a shot. But yeah, if they have good ones and they have good info, I need it. I need to see it. Ted D says, I'm kind of happy about the dumb money pump. Another chance to buy collectibles at a deep discount, and OMI token possibly lower than 0.005. Yay. I know, right? There's a light that's shining somehow on my ceiling, and it almost looks like a turtle, because it got little things, a little head. Anyway. I know, guys. Gary O says, look at that bread. It's good, Kaz. The web platform will correct the Apple issue. I hope so. I think that'd be great. Yeah, the less fees, the better. And Ray, thanks for that $5 super chat at 0.005. Gonna buy another 2 million OMI. Good. Stack it while we can. We got another 6 weeks maybe, give or take. Recovery Plus says, how much are people paying when buying off the app? It might even be cheaper to do that. Well, no, like right now, like if you want a Walt, you can pay like $22,000 for a Walt, give or take. So if you want to give someone USDT or OMI, I'm sure they'd take it. Mm-hmm. Marvelous Pack says, it was great news on the AMA, hearing their process and knowing great things, plus MTL are coming. I'm not worried. New subscriber, by the way. Oh, well, thank you, Marvelous Pack. That means the world. This kind of just reaffirms and just reinforces my idea that I made the right decision. This is... like I said, we were a little early, but it's fine. I'd rather get in early than late. Late, you kind of miss the boat. Early, yeah, again, if I put all my money into NFTs last year, I'd have a lot more money. But I am very happy with the way things went down. Very happy. I did buy some NFTs, and they went up a lot, and then I got some more OMI, and it's been great. I need 2 million more OMI to get to 130. See if I can do it. Firestone Rand says, definitely not using MTL for US dollars. Really want to know the fee for cashing out OMI. I think the fee will just be, like, there might be a small fee, but it probably won't be as big because they want to incentivize using OMI. There might be a burn fee, which would be great. And then that's it. Just pay gas fees. It's pretty low, so pretty excited for it. A studio says NFT to OMI. Can't wait. It's going to give us a lot of utility. Lord of the Realms says, I managed to complete a Steamboat Willie set and recent Golden Moment set today. They went under like 5K, right? They were like $4,200 for the Steamboat Willie Ultra Rare. Let's take a look at what they are right now. Come on now, touch me, babe. Can't you see that I am not afraid? All right, Steamboat Willie. What was that promise that you made? All right, yeah, he's 4,600 now. 46 for the Ultra Rare. What's the common jaunty jig? That's at 590. The whistle, what's the whistle at? Whistle is at 675. Yeah, things that did get a little bit of a bump today. Just a little bit. Oh, just a little bit. Oh, what you want? I got it. Yeah, the Goofy was down to like 2,100. Goofy's up to 2,700 right now. Mickey's finally coming back up. Now, I'll get rented. All of these except for Mickey, for these lenticular cards, they are lower than what I bought it at. Maybe except for Donald. Nope, Donald's still lower. But again, am I worried? No. Long-term hodl. Donald Duck is at 1,660. Lady and the Tramp actually did dip below 1,000 at one point. But they're up to 1,200 now, so that's, I said, short-term pain, long-term gain. Moving on here. Let's see where I'm at. Nathan Scully says, I missed the news. Did they get a time frame for withdrawals? Stay cool, Randy. Well, thank you, fam. No time frame yet. I would guess several months. Recovery says #soon. Lord of the Realm says, never enough OMI. I'm buying more as well. Get that bread. Squid Cat says, I haven't been into any of the Bond stuff, but that Triumph motorcycle is fire. Must have all vehicles. I should get all the vehicles too. I mean, there are other Bond vehicles, but again, if you want all the vehicles, yeah, probably a good idea to get it. Sinful Mama says, American Samoa also open today. Oh, yeah, so that's the other thing. On Earth 2, there was a America Samoa open, but it was a lot more expensive than oh god, where was the other place that opened? I had money in my Earth 2 account. I was like, all right, where are we? It was Aruba that was just opened up. I had those E2 credits, so I spent a couple of them on the E2. I did spend some in Chavez as well, actually. So Yaron's one says, hey man, is there MTL info? No, not yet. It's just they're still in beta. They're gonna be rolling out more beta probably in the next couple of weeks. It's just I like I said, give it probably end of Q2 would be my guess. Cameron Talbot says, is OMI safe on VeVe if your account gets disabled, or will they take them? If you were using bots, get your OMI out of there. If you were using bots, get your OMI out of there. Now, again, I probably shouldn't say that because, like, if you're using bots, I kind of hate you, but I don't really like to hate anyone. But again, because y'all are my subscribers, if you're using bots, I would not. Hang on, I just got a buddy of mine. I don't know. I mean, you can't take your collectibles off because you violate terms of service. But the OMI, they've never said specifically, but I would not keep my money on there. Like I have millions of OMI on there, but that's just because I've never done anything, or I've never done anything wrong. Peter says, is NFT to OMI actually going to happen? Yes, it is. Didn't the team once mention they discarded that completely due to regulatory issues? No, what they did was they said you'll if you have gems, you can't cash out your gems to OMI. They will not do that. But NFT to OMI NFT, that's fine. Bill Gardner says, agreed, Squid Cat. Agreed. Preach. Sinful Mama says that 10% fee apply if you trade for OMI and move it off the app. They weren't clear on that, so I'm not 100% sure. I think that'll be a separate fee if there is going to be one at all. There'll probably be a burning fee. I hope there is. Carlos Aguero says, I don't know, man. I know when to be worried and when not to. Plus, this is a great opportunity for us regular folks to get rich in a few years, like common main. Let's not be greedy and accept that they also need money. Yes, agreed 100%. Cheers, mate. Ted D says, Chaosium is short-sighted and sad. Call of Cthulhu RPG in the VeVe-verse would have been fire. I mean, I still think we'll be able to get, if they do have tabletop gaming, that Alex teased, I'm pretty sure we could still use them. Again, if there's like a chess, we do not even need people's permission to do stuff. Like, if somebody wants to, like, how you draw on the dirt, like tic-tac-toe or whatever, if someone wants to draw a chessboard, we could draw a chessboard on someone's land, and we could use a bunch of Call of Cthulhu. Okay, they're the pawns, or maybe they could be the knights or the rooks, whatever they want. We could make your own chess games. That'd be really fun. I can't wait to do that. That'd be great. Jesse Valley says, what's your thoughts on first appearance Zombie Hunter Spider-Man? I love him. I have the set. Let me see what he's done. Where am I at? All right, I'm going to go to VeVe. I'm going to go to the full sets. I'm going to go to my Spider-Man. And the Spider-Man, come on, where are you? Okay, Zombie Hunter, let's go with the common real quick, just take a look-see. 195, all right, not bad. The Ultra Rare is at 769. I love this one. This is a really good one because it was at 1,800 at one point, and now it's down over $1,000 to 769. So yeah, it's something I really like. And got 754 at 850, and then the next triple digit one is 975. So not bad if you want to get number 754 for 850. Like I said, I enjoy it. I have the set. You see Zombie Captain America, I think, in the Multiverse of Madness trailer. So I don't know if you'll have a Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. They did kind of feature him in the last movie when he does get Doctor Strange's cloak for just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh. Funky Cold says, Motorcycles Legit Triumph is a sweet brand. Hopefully it's a 3D air. Oh, yeah, that'd be legit if it was. Sinful Mawa says, how do you move OMI out of Bit4X? Do you move to spot account? It's confusing because gas fees, I think, are offset by gem transfer limit. I actually don't know how to move it off of Bit4X. Like I said, I don't buy it. I give Bitcoin to a friend and he buys it for me. Gas fees, I think, are offset by gem transfer limit. They might be. But again, the gem transfer. The gem transfer limit. Yeah, they said you're only allowed to transfer like 50,000 gems, or like $50,000 per week, which is fine. Like Cash App only allows you to withdraw like 7,500 per week. So 50,000 a week is a step up from Cash App actually, and I love Cash App. Bill Gardner says, how about Aruba opening up an Earth 2 today? You picked up around 700 tiles. Wow. Also American Samoa. American Samoa, I didn't get anything in because that was already like 25 cents. But Aruba, I was picking up stuff for 12 cents. It was great. I couldn't find any places that had 750 tiles. But the water outside Aruba was still also Aruba. It wasn't considered international waters. So I got a lot of water right outside. I was like, okay, y'all can be there. I'll make docks. And y'all can put your boats. Y'all could rent space from me, where if you want to put your boats there, that'd be fun. Bill Garner says new goal is 1 square mile in digital land this year. Yeah, do it. It could happen. Alan says at Ted D, let's just get Square Enix instead of Chaosium. Square Enix instead of Chaosium. Is Square Enix on here? Do we even have that partnership? Ballin said, sup, Randy? I want my meta house to be in your neighborhood. Where are you buying, or are we keeping it hush-hush? If we're talking about in Earth 2, most of my property is in Antarctica, but I did buy some in Aruba today. I could not tell you where. Wherever it is, I have zero idea. But yeah, if link down below to my mega city in Antarctica. Buy down there, and that's where I'll be. That's where the mega city is. That's where most of my attention will go. Now, I do have some properties in other people's land, and I'll try to keep it relatively fair. I'll give that some attention as well. Be like an embassy, but the main stuff is gonna be in Antarctica. Super chat from Patsuwa saying, shout out to the Keenans and the Galeshaws, skiing Tahoe and currently getting a lesson on VeVe and OMI. Hey yo, wait, you're. Is Tahoe? I have to take a look at that because hang on one second. Where is like Lake Tahoe, right? Okay, well, Lake Tahoe is Nevada, so it's that all right. Tahoe, New York. Is there a Tahoe in New York? Oh, Tahoe in Queens. Derp. But yeah, shout out to the Keenans and Galeshaws, skiing Tahoe and currently getting a lesson on VeVe and OMI. Who was Sergeant? Now where was I? Square Enix, okay. I'm sorry. Nathan Scully says, no doubt that Triumph is sweet. Sinful Mamas, I hate is a strong word. It is. That's why I said I dislike them. Cameron Towell says, not using bots or anything, but apparently heaps of accounts are getting blocked. Imagine getting locked out for a month and only bumps to $1. That is a fair point. And that's why I don't have a ton of OMI on the app. I'll have enough to like stake eventually, but I won't have enough to where if my account gets blocked for a month or two for like because it's caught up. Like let's say I had something for sale and somebody used stolen gems to purchase my item that I had for sale, and suddenly I have stolen gems. And they block my account because of that. It's like when fishermen on the coast of South Africa. It's high, for those of you that do not know this amazing story, and for those of you that have, I'm sorry, I've told it like 10 times before, but nobody knows how this relationship started. But over the past, like there's fishermen still to this day on the coast of South Africa where fishermen will stand out in the shallows, of the water, and they go and they make the call out to the dolphins, and dolphins drive in these schools of fish, and the fishermen go whoosh, and they throw their nets out into the water, and the dolphins do get caught up in the nets, but they don't freak out, they don't struggle, they remain entirely calm. Why? They're being pulled ashore because they know that as the fishermen pull the nets ashore, they're going to let the dolphins out. And as they do that, the dolphins wait, am I Ace Ventura in one of those Ace Ventura movies where it's like, please don't make that a meme. Please don't make that a GIF. And they're waiting because as the fishermen pull the fish ashore, they split the catch with the dolphins, and it's like they split the spoils, as it were. And I feel like if I were to be caught up in the mass ban that they're doing because somebody bought one of my items with stolen gems, I'd freak out. Okay, that's fine. I have OMI elsewhere and 6 other different trust wallets, and it's fine. I'm not tripping. So I definitely don't suggest keeping all your OMI in one place, even if you only have a million OMI. Well, I don't know. Is it worth it to get another trust wallet just for 500,000 OMI each? I don't know. I guess it would be at some point, like I said, when this is $1 in 2 to 4 years, it's gonna be $1 million. You probably don't want to keep that in one place. You probably want to keep that separate. At some point, I'm probably gonna have, instead of 6 trust wallets, I'm probably gonna have, I don't know, 20 maybe. It's gonna be insane. At that point, you just have to spend it because fudge. So moving on. Simple Mama says, fee if you transfer NFT off app. They didn't mention. We're not there yet. I think at some point we will be there where we'll be able to sell our stuff on OpenSea. Again, you could already use OMI to buy stuff on Immutable X, but I don't know if there'll be a fee to transfer our stuff off app. I don't think so. I don't think it would be. But again, that's just my opinion here. Lord of the Realms says, my dad and sister think I'm insane for pulling out my 401k to buy more OMI. Get this bread. Says, however, my mom says, let's get this bread. Oh, dude, your mom's awesome. You and your mom against the world, Lord of the Realm. Me, you and your mom against the world. I'm so happy. I'm happy you're making the right decision. But what make maybe this is a kink. I don't know. I love it when people say I can't do something, or when people don't believe me, or they say I'm wrong, and it's I'm not. You wait, and then I have my day. It's that vindication is how Arnold Schwarzenegger in Pumping Iron is when I pump iron, I get that feeling that I'm calming, and I get that every day. And it's and I know this is a family friendly show. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be rated G, maybe PG. Sometimes PG-13, but I feel I get that when I'm right and everyone else is wrong. It's yeah. Oh, you were telling me? You're telling me what? It'll happen again. Moving on. Yeah, Lord of the Realm. Am I Michael Scott and are you Pam Beesly in that art show? Because I'm really proud of you. Moving on. Jeremy Lyons says, I must have missed why you think now 6 weeks before we get exchanges. Can you briefly explain why the delay? I don't know. They haven't said anything, and they were laughing, and they're still laughing and joking. I always like to be conservative, and I would much rather say, oh, hey, 6 weeks, I'll say 6 weeks, and then they do it in 2 or 4 weeks, and then, oh, hey, that's a lot better, as opposed to me saying, hey guys, we're definitely getting it next week, and then we don't get it for another 3 or 4 weeks. So again, when they had said, yes, we will get OMI to NFT in 5 months, that's why I'm telling you guys 8 months, or we're now 7.5 months. I'll tell you guys September, because March, April, May, June, July, instead of July, no, I'll say September. Give them an extra couple month cushion. When they had said last year that the VeVeverse would come out in December of last year, I didn't even mention it. I was don't expect it until this year. I do expect it in the second half of this year. Q3, maybe Q4, but I'm sure we'll get it. Again, I have a couple very large bets that we will get it, and other people say that we won't. But like I said, I don't believe I'm wrong. Vidimon says, do you know if the AMA mentioned where they are with capability to loan out your NFTs and earn passive income? We would need the VeVeverse for that. We would need OMI to NFT for that. That to be able to rent out our NFTs, you probably need light game. So you'd have to have a need. And right now you honestly could with smart contracts. You're like, okay, you want my Donnie to complete your set to get the points for that, and then you want to take pictures with it. Okay, that's fine. $10 for the day. All right, so you have a smart contract, and they give you the $10 or the 10 gems, whatever it is. Let's say VeVe takes 2%, whatever. So you get 8 gems, and then the next day at 24 hours, it automatically transfers back from their account to your account. That would be. They probably don't need it in the VeVeverse, but again, like why? There's not a ton of people that would want to do that right now. In the future, yeah, there's going to be again. Why do people, rent out cars? Why do people There are I don't this is flexing on such a weird level. Like my friend Lou, you guys will meet him at the party, where it's a what do you call it? You guys will meet him at the party April 15th. If some of y'all have RSVP'd, if that guest list is already gone now, it's already filled. He's a guitarist. He owns a sign shop. And he's talking he would tell me stories where he'd be like, yeah, I was talking to this woman today that they wanted a sign, like a happy birthday Tristan or whatever, for her 5-year-old nephew, that won't even appreciate it, won't and then he's like, yeah, it's gonna be $130, whatever, for whatever sign she was asking for. It's like, okay, I don't have it right now, can I pay on Friday? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. But if you don't have $130, why are you using that for a sign for that's not even going to care? Not even going to. People are so heckin' ridiculous with this. They're trying to flex on weird heckin' ways. Oh, hey, there's a show called Hell on Wheels, where there's this one guy, I forget his name, and spoilers if you haven't seen it. He's in the movie Con Air. He's got the license plate as Kicker. Anyway, he's in that, and he has this. There's 4 rings or watches made for completing the Transcontinental Railroad, and he has one. And then what he does is, it's actually a metaphor of what I am. He puts all of his money into one thing, I put into OMI, but the one thing that he invested in just went belly up, and he's talking to one of his friends years later, and he's trying to put on airs. He sells this one ring that he has. It's one of 4. It's either a watch or a ring, and he gets a fancy suit and he puts on airs. He makes people think that he's rich. He makes people think that he still has a lot of money, and he talks to his friend. It's like, oh yeah, I thought you got killed in that oil thing. It's like, only a fool doesn't diversify, and then it shows him at home he's got no heat. He's got at home he's got no, he just dies poor. But everyone thought he was rich. I do the complete opposite. Look at me, and it's okay, this guy probably has $6 to his name. Like I said, I do the exact opposite. But I don't. So that being said, there will be even if there was no VeVeverse, even if that wasn't a thing, people would be like, oh, NFTs are taking over the world. That's a secret rare Spider-Man, dude. That thing, and right now it's what, $60-something thousand, which is a lot. It's a lot. But when we go on OpenSea, when we have the Immutable X, when these are actually taking over the world, that'll be hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you show up to the club with that, if you're just oh, hey, my name is Randy Chavez, and then you go and look at my Twitter, oh, he owns that. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars, and just an NFT. I wonder what else he has. How fat is his bank account? What does he drive? That's going to be the new social currency. And if I guarantee you, people will go out and they might rent a cool car, they might rent a suit, they might rent whatever, but what does that cost? A couple $100, maybe $1,000. You could rent out a fake social profile to make it so that, all right, and once you meet someone, they did it in not Modern Family, How I Met Your Mother, where Neil Patrick Harris is oh yeah, I made this whole fake persona. I forget what he called it, but he's like, oh, it's this rich doctor billionaire that like saves kids from like cancer or whatever. And he made like a whole fake page, and so that when he meets women, they immediately go and they Google him, and then he comes back and says, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do something for myself. Can I have your number? And they're like, oh my god, yes. And that's what people are gonna do. They're going to beef up a fake social profile. And how are they going to do that? They're going to rent out NFTs that are worth a lot. And again, that's just without the VeVeverse. There's a bunch of other ways in the VeVeverse. Oh, hey, in order to complete this, like for like they did that in Super Smash Brothers, like board the platforms. How do you unlock some of these cool characters? You have to board the platforms with every single character, and the last character that you do it with, you get to fight this new one. You get the opportunity to get the new character. That's probably what's going to happen. Oh, you have to complete this board with all 3 different Lokis. And, oh, I have one. Well, I'll rent out the other because I don't want to pay $200-something for the ultra rare. Oh, the secret rare is $1,700? Let me just rent that out for $6 real quick so I don't have to buy it, complete this, and then I get the trophy. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of reason to rent things out in the future. Right now, though, it would give us like 8 months on that. I know that was a really long-winded response, but yeah, give us like 8 months. Ooh, okay. All right. Moving on here. Hydrating. Squid Cat says, pretty sure the vehicles will be VeVeverse vehicles. Why wouldn't they be? And then they will jump hard. I mean, we had the DeLorean drive around back in the day. It doesn't anymore, but it probably will in the future in the VeVeverse. So, what I want, Ritmo, touch him and goes, yeah, he neighs. I would want horses like in Ghost Rider, the movie with Nicolas Cage, like the really bad movie with Nicolas Cage. That guy from Tombstone, I think it was the old Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's on his motorcycle, and old Ghost Rider's on his like stallion, his steed, and I really hope that some of these horses can give these cars a run for their money. The Mermicornos and the Unicornos. Again, some of them are aquatic, so I think that would be cool. If you have like in that scene of X-Men, you have one person racing on this side and this Jesus mother flapper, like running on water. I think that would be really cool. And again, if we had Pokemon, that would also be pretty legit. Not a Bot says, what the hell are people complaining about VeVe 10%? The same people who are only paying 50 cents for gems on the app. I know. Justin says, do you know any Dinosaur Jr., Randy? Are you calling me Junior Randy or Dinosaur Jr. The punctuation of that is making me read that 6 different ways. I mean, I know like some dinosaurs from like the land before time, although for the most part, Triceratops are like 3 horns, and the Brontosaurus are long necks, and the T-Rexes are sharp teeth. So actually, no, I know very little of these dinosaur stuff. We got a super chat, big super chat coming from Aldous Havley, a $50 super chat. Thank you so much. Saying, exchanges will be old news soon. I think stop looking at VeVe as another Sheeb super pump moment. This is a real company that has massive longevity. Exchanges are a piece of the puzzle, not the puzzle. VeVe is an Amazon, not a Doge or Sheeb. That was said so heckin' beautifully. And again, yes and no. So I will say that you are right that this is, exchanges are a piece of the puzzle. And, for some people that don't like waiting long term for things, you can flip OMI. Buy OMI right now, flip it in a couple months. Yeah, you'll make 3-4x on your money and go on to the next thing. But, you'll keep working. Like, again, I've seen this in Pokemon. People try to just flip. And I've done my share of flipping every now and then when I see things that are undervalued and overvalued. But, it's easy to make money in a bull market. But to build that long-term wealth, you need to hodl. This is like buying Amazon in like the early 2000s. This is like buying Tesla in the 2010s, and this is it. So I agree 100%. And again, Amazon doesn't have great margins, and they treat their workers like poop, and they have so much logistic issues. They have so much theft. They have so much people returning items, people trying to commit fraud. Um, you know, again, the logistics. How much they had to invest in a car company that's not Tesla, which is so freaking stupid. They had to invest in a car company just so they have their own like fleet of delivery things. VeVe doesn't need to do that. They press a button and it goes. What NFT goes from here to China? It goes from California to Australia. They don't the advantages of this. Nobody is talking about that yet. I love Tesla. Why did I take out from Tesla and put it into this? Because Tesla has logistic issues. In order to get cars to Australia, they have to ship it. They have to make the car in China, put it on a boat, and ship it to Australia. And then it is heckin' ridiculous. And they had to invent an entirely new casting machine for their Cybertruck. Spend billions of dollars on before they even make a penny on any of their gigafactories. So yeah, I'll just have the 100% correct here. But long term, this is going to make everyone so insanely wealthy. Look at the people. It's so funny in one whale group that I'll get a little, but in another whale group that I'm in, they're chilling. There's these people are crazy. People that got in like October are like freaking out because nothing's moving. Well, first off, the NFTs are moving a lot. They've moved a lot since October, but these people that have been in since like 2019, they're laughing because they've hodled for so long already, and they know this is how they build generational wealth. So anyway, moving on. Ballin says, best case Okomi scenario, we're talking $1 trillion market cap. Doesn't a buyout via another company seem more plausible? I'll get to the rest of that comment before I go, or I'll get to this before I get to the rest of that comment. The best case, I don't think that is one of the scenarios, but that's not best case. That's one of my base cases for years down the line this decade. Tesla started 2 decades ago in 2009. That was not this decade. That's not last decade. It was decade before. Now, granted, it's only like 13 years, but it started in 2009. Technically these started last decade too, in 2018, 2019. By 2031, which, talk to anyone 40 and older, 2031 will be here like that. 2031 will be here like that. As easily as Thanos can snap his fingers. My 20s came and went. My time in the military came and went. 2031 is less than a decade away. And we will be a multi-trillion-dollar market cap by that point. Guaranteed. And I'm not going to say you heard it here first, because I've been saying this for a while. But I digress. Moving on. It says, doesn't buyout via another company seem more plausible? I am 99.9 repeating % sure that they've had offers for a buyout from more than one company. I don't know though. I'm just saying, it just makes sense that I would be not surprised at all if a little birdie would come in here and say hey, yeah, Chavez, tweet, translation, what's that mean? Yeah, 6 companies have tried to buy them out, but they're not selling. Oh, okay, little birdie. 10-4, rubber ducky. Would not surprise me at all. I don't know though. Next one, but again, this passion project for them, they will not sell, in my opinion. Moving on, it says Apple lacks IP. VeVe would be a good way to stock their metaverse with cool stuff. I agree with you 100%. And Apple will probably want to play nice. They can get Disney. They can get Disney as clients. And I don't know, they haven't said this, but I don't know if the VeVeverse would be the same company as VeVe. Would VeVeverse own VeVe? Or would VeVe own the VeVeverse? OMI owns VeVe, and they own OMI, but would they make, Tesla wants to make or Elon Musk wants to make a company X, and company X wants to own all of it. They want to own Tesla, they want to own the Boring Company, they want to own SpaceX, they want to own Neuralink. I don't know if he'll be able to do that, but because that would be a multi-trillion-dollar company. That'd be the most valuable company ever. But yeah, I think, and I'm not saying a buyout is never going to happen. I'm sure it can. I'm not gonna lie, Also, I don't say I'm old. I've done so much work, like so many times, and if I were to like getting into another I would need, after this is over, after I am done with YouTube, I would need like a 3-year rest. I would need to sail into the undying lands. I would need to be in like a Saiyan healing pod, in the healing pod that Boba Fett is in, for like a year. After so there's 2 different times where I had, or a bunch of different times. One where I had such lack of sleep that it took me forever to, after basic training when you're sleeping like 3 hours a night, and then after deployment. After that, after those 2 things, it took me months to get back like up to where I was, and then I was fine for a little while, but then like 2017 to like till last year, I don't know if I might have I might have caught up with sleep after a few months, and I promise this does have a point. If I were the team, if someone offered me $1 billion, that'd be really hard to say no to. Bird in the hand, but if they can make multi-billion dollars by getting the coin up to $1, they're going to do that. So yeah, I think at some point they probably will sell, but I think they're going to get the coin up to $1 before they do. I legit showed you the conversation I had with Reese and Akomi the other day. I've talked to Reese, I think once this year or twice this year. Akomi, I've talked to once this year and once last year. That's it. So I do not know any of that inside info. It's just I've been around big businesses for a long time, and it's just the way that I see it happening. Potsy Weber, thank you so much for the super chat. Saying shout out to the Keenans and Gale Shaws, skiing Tahoe and currently getting a lesson on VeVe and OMI. New Darity says, hey Randy, the ocean called and they're running out of shrimp. That reminds me of a Seinfeld joke. There's like, well, the jerk store called and they're running out of you. I know that's not what you meant, but ocean conservation is not something that I am well versed in, and my friend Nicole's really good at that. I need to go to like a college, and I need to find these like young liberal people that want to like save the world and be like, all right guys, do like 1,000 hours of research each and then bring it to me and I'll try to decipher it, and then we'll decide the best route to go. I do want to help the oceans at some point. Nathan Scully says, what are your must buys if there's another dip? If I could afford them, at this point I'd just be super safe. Secret Rare, all the Disney stuff, Secret Rare Spider-Man, all the Disney stuff. Honestly, all the Spider-Man, Disney, and that includes obviously Star Wars and stuff that's not Disney but it is Disney. Most of the Marvel. The Susan Storm is the one. I don't know. I'm getting caught up in the lack of first appearance tag that you have on there, but she is still so cool. Again, that is someone you want on your team. That is headstrong, that can hold multiple beings. Like, that could force field around the earth. She is someone you want on your team. I think people just don't see it yet. So I would still get I would probably get all Marvel. I would say Marvel, Disney, and that first series of Batman. Oh my God, that first series of Batman has already dipped so much. People are taking stupid pills. People are taking crazy pills. Why that is, I get it. People want to take profit. You buy it at 7K. Oh, it went to 25K. Oh, it's down to 15K. Well, I guess I still doubled my money. I'll sell it 15K. I would not. I mean, because people were already paying 25K for it. For a reso. I would not sell at 15. I would not sell this. This is idiotic. That is so. Yeah, that first Batman set as well. Probably Nightwing. He's really in every Batman set. There's always one cool thing. You have Joker in the next set, the first appearance. You have first appearance Harley Quinn in number 3. I think number 4 you have Nightwing, and in season 5 you have Batman Who Laughs. Like you have something every single black and white series. It's awesome, heckin' awesome. Lucky Clover says, Randy, bread stacking time. Let's get this bread. Sinful Mawa says, I bought in Samoa instead of America Samoa because I learned about it too late. Both are next to each other. One is like 70% less per tile. Garrett, give me the claps. New Dirty says, favorite Rocky movie, and wow, Rocky 4. I just, the music and just like, he's just, oh my God. Now Rocky 3, I don't know. So Rocky 1, it's still a little slow. You know, you could tell at some times there's not many people in the crowd in the final fight. And he doesn't even win, which I kind of like, but, you know, it's like, man. You know, Rocky 2, I've probably seen more than all of them. You know, it starts off where he's in the hospital. Right, there ain't gonna be no rematch. There ain't gonna be no rematch. And Rocky's like, the one. And then, you know, he's just like, they're all like in wheelchairs, like, bruh, we died, we died, we left it all in the ring. And then it's like Rocky can't read, and he's trying to do commercials, and you know he's still struggling. He's still struggling in the second one, which again I really like. You know, he gets a job at a meatpacking industry, and then you know because of the economics, like I don't know what the economy was like in the 70s. Maybe some of my older subscribers can do it, or 80s. Rocky 1 was in the 70s. Rocky 2 was in like 81, 82, and you know at the end of the day, he the meatpacking industry guy gives him the can, and when trying to get a job, one of the guys like, you know, why don't you fight? I read somewhere you're a very good fighter, and you know this guy's all fat and pudgy, and Rocky's like, ever getting hit in the face 500 times a night? You know, stings after a while. Like it's just like lay it on him, Rocky. The one manager goes like, Rock, gotta let you go. I don't know why I'm describing all these, but I love Rocky so heckin' much. Again, I've seen probably 2, 3, and 4. I've seen all of them, but I've probably seen, I don't know, 50 times. Like each, like it's so good. You know, in the first one, you have that training montage, which is, you know, he runs, but he's also doing, you know, the boxing and weight workout. But in Rocky 2, you have the what's that called? Going the distance. You know, where he's just like lifting the weights and hitting the bag and speed bag and, you know, jumping rope. And then, you know, like puts his like little kid to bed. And that was the thing. Adrian almost like dies. Spoilers. Like she doesn't, at least not in that movie. And you know, like he's not really taking his training seriously. And then like Adrian like wakes up and then she's like, oh, there's one more thing I want you to do for me. He's like, what? It's like, win. He's like, what? He's like, win. And then Mickey's like, what are we waiting for? Take this. And then he just starts pushing, like, and then the next scene afterwards, after the going the distance scene, puts his kid down to bed, and then he just hops off like 6 stairs. He starts running, and that's a Gonna Fly Now. That is so good. Both of those back to back. That's why I like that better than the first one. There's 2 training montages. He wins. He freaking wins. And he fought Southpaw because he did something to his shoulder where he could not use his arm. So he's like, oh, I'm going to fight left-handed. So it's like, oh, it is. He's fighting left-handed. Like, it's so or no, he fights right-handed because he did something to his left hand. And it's like, you're going to switch to Southpaw now, right? No, don't need to. No tricks. I don't need no tricks. Like, oh my God, it's so good. The first one, they pissed me off on TV because they actually cut him. They cut his eye in the first one to like open it up, and like on TV they like censor out the blood. It's so good. But number 3 is like when you get beat, and when you get beat bad, that messes you up in such a crazy way. And when a boxer loses his confidence, that's not something that's easy to come back from. And he gets the crap beaten out of him. Like, he's not taking his training seriously. He's fighting these, like, you know, he's like Floyd Mayweather throughout that first half of the third movie, where he's fighting guys not in their prime. He's fighting guys that, like, kind of they're good, but they're not killers like this guy, you know, like Clubber Lang, Mr. T, looks so heckin' good in that movie. Like, just, oh my god, he's just. Sometimes there is unnecessary screaming where he wants to like fight Rocky. He's like, ah, like he's constipated. But Apollo Creed coming back to train like that, and that's what I love about the last season of Cobra Kai, where at the last episode, Chosen comes back, and it's like, oh, he's gonna team up with Chosen, and they're gonna take down Cobra. It's gonna be so cool. If you haven't seen it, sorry for the spoilers. But, Apollo Creed goes and trains him and got the Eye of the Tiger, and then he's just so lean. He is so lean, and Terry the Hulk Hogan is in the movie as Thunder Lips. He's just got these massive quads that are, like, bigger than my whole torso, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen it, and that's so good. I've probably seen that one the most, but Rocky 4, one, I love Russians. I love just Russia in general, and I was engaged to a half Russian, half Ukraine chick back in the day. Haven't had contact with her for a while. This would have been. I actually had a dream about that the other night. I didn't remember it till just now. That she came back. That would have been the craziest time. Hey, I need your help. Okay, guess we're going to Eastern Ukraine. It's a long story. I haven't. We have no idea where she is. Anyway, he goes to Russia, and again, you have two training montages. You get the where he's just running. It's like and then the next one, and he like lifts a whole giant. Oh my god, so good with Hearts on Fire. And I know this is like a 12-minute rant on what my favorite Rocky movie is. And long story short, I don't know. I do not know. 1 is great. 2, 3, 4 fantastic. 5 is like, I still like it. Like it's still like. I enjoy it, even though most people hate it. It's still a Rocky movie, And then you have Rocky Balboa, which is it's good, and then Creed. Oh god, those are good movies too. Like when that first when I saw the trailer for that, and that first came out, I was like, oh cool, another boxing movie. Oh, Michael B. Jordan, and then it was like, the rap song that was in there. It's like it's in my DNA, and then. I was like, Creed! I did not put that as Creed! Like, I was so heckin' crazy. I was like SpongeBob. I was like, yes! Going to my friend Nick. That was... And again, it was good. Second one was good. I just... kind of boring. They're a little boring. Anyway. Who made this question? Because I hate you. New Dirty. That you... I know I went on like a 12-minute rant for that. I don't know which one. I'm going to say 4. 4 is like my favorite. It's because he's like versing a steroided up machine. And then he's not a machine. He's a man. The Russian is cut. I just, oh God. It's so heckin'. And then just have the music in the, oh my God, in the fight. Just, oh. My heckin' goodness. I'm sorry. Moving on. Ryan Domani says, Randy, I owe about $4,000 on my credit card. Should I put money in to pay that off right now or use that money to put more into OMI right now? Be honest. Well, you can probably make a minimum payment. But, like, again, if it was me, and any responsible financial advisor to be like, don't have debt. Not that type of debt. It's good debt and bad debt. That's bad debt. You do not want that. Pay that off. You don't want, like, God forbid, this goes to zero, and then you're $4,000 in the hole with no way to pay it back. And again, I'm sure you have a job. I'm sure doing whatever. They were me, and like, okay, well, what's the payment on it? Can I afford the payment? If you could afford the, I don't know, $100 a month, $200. Let's say you have, $2,000. You can cut your credit card debt in half. That's fantastic. Okay. But what is not worst case scenario, but what most likely scenario is that OMI doesn't moon for another couple of months. Not worst case. One scenario is probably 2 or 3 months. Let's say 2 months. And all you have to do is make 3 payments on that, which is probably what, a couple $100. And yeah, you might pay more interest on it long term. But what is unless the interest is 100% per year, which it's not, but let's say it is. Let's say it's 100% per year, and then next year you don't owe $4,000, you owe $8,000. Okay, well, I guarantee you are going to make more on OMI in the next couple months than the interest for that 1 year. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. If I was a financial advisor, they'd probably say like, hey, bruh, got your credit card debt in half, bruh. Just giving you two perspectives there. Yeah. Ryan Dimensions, I feel like I should probably focus on paying the card off, then focus on putting any money I get after that into OMI. Probably, I mean, that's the responsible thing to do. You know, probably, yeah, it's the responsible thing to do. Sinful Mawa says, how much would you pay to rent a VeVe NFT, percentage-wise? Percentage-wise, again, if something's $100,000, are you going to pay someone $1,000 for the day? Probably not. Although maybe, if there's enough demand for it. I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know. And people paid $5,000 for these spots to go on my, I mean, that's for life, but still. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's, I don't know. But again, if something's only 100, like, let's say Alligator Loki's $40, what, you're going to have, pay 10% is $4. Okay, 1% is 40 cents. Nobody's going to do that. So it'd probably be up to the seller's discretion, the renter's discretion. Karen Tower says the MTL news is great. Sure, there'll be a flow of cash out to begin with from big accounts, but it's limited on smaller accounts, which would be the majority. I mean, it's limited to $50,000 a week, so it's good. 99 Crypto says, what exchange did you use to get all the OMI token? My friend used Bitforex. Kevin Talbot says, then now with OMI staking and being on Ethereum chain gas fees, there's a lot of mechanisms locking up supply and creating hurdles for movement and cashing out. Yeah, staking is going to be a big one. I can't wait for it. Lord of the Realms says, I'm happy you're proud of me. Haha, 4 years ago, my old boss pulled out his 401k and threw it into Tesla. I thought he was crazy, but now I understand his decision now that I'm doing the same for OMI. Your boss was smart. He saw. Sinful Mawa says, hope MCU Ghost Rider is Nick Cage again. Oh, dude, that'd be epic. That would be epic. Now, Nick Cage, he's just maniacal. His, like, there's a YouTube video, just YouTube, like, Nick Cage screaming, or Nick Cage going crazy. It's like an 8-minute video of Nick Cage just going, ah! Like, it's the greatest thing in the world, especially when he does the alphabet. When he screams the alphabet, I lose my mind because it's so awesome. Aldous Hadley, thank you so much for that $50 super chat. And it says, exchanges will be old news soon. I think stop looking at VeVe as another Sheeb super pump moment. This is a real company that has massive longevity, and exchanges are a piece of the puzzle, not the puzzle itself. VeVe is an Amazon, not a Doge or Sheeb. Agreed 100,000%. Again, like, does anyone now even remember? I mean, we do. Pepperidge Farm remembers. We remember what it was like, a year ago when we couldn't get a drop, not because there were so many people on, just because the servers couldn't handle 60,000 people on the app. It was only meant for like 5 to 10,000, and 60,000. Oh, can't handle it. Same thing happened with Earth 2. That's how I knew this company was going to be huge. Why? Because the unexpected growth, just crazy growth. But nobody remembers that we used to have a drop once every other week. Sometimes we'd go a month without a drop. The marketplace would be closed forever. You couldn't do anything on the app because it grew too huge. It's so popular. 28,000 people a day, like 20 to 20, minimum 20. They said it used to be between 20 and 30,000 people a day got on the app. Now it's about 25 plus, like 25 minimum. About 28. So about 200,000 people each week get on the app. It's nuts. It's insane. So, yeah. Again, why he says exchanges will be old news. Once we're on exchanges, okay, well, what next? Yeah, when he says, don't look at it like a quick pump, although it will pump quickly. If you look at it long term, zoom out, where this is going. But yeah, you could zoom out to the past, but look at projections for the future. Like, there's no scenario in which, again, the only scenarios in which this company does not work, or if it fails, is cataclysmic. So I agree with him 100%. Lord of the Realm says, going to retire off OMI like he did with Tesla. Yes, he will. Ballin says, smash that like button. Alan says, Dinosaur Jr. is a band. I did not know that. Well, Dinosaur Jr., I wish them luck. I hope they're good. Mm-hmm. Sinful Model says, I think I disagree. Doge, yes, but Sheeb utility is coming and is in the top of it. That's true. Sheeb, apparently you were going to be able to make NFTs with, you're going to be able to stake with, and you're going to have. So again, there's supposedly a really good roadmap. I really should look into it more. Garrett loves Dinosaur Jr. Brad Fink says, I know you don't get to enjoy much media at the moment. What are you looking forward to most when you get the time? I want to finish Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or whatever I have, and then I want to get Arceus Legends Jewel of Life or something. Arceus Legends. I want to get that. I want to play those. There's a new Kirby game coming out. I want to play that. Those are probably... Excuse me. Those are probably going to be the big ones that I play. And I can't wait. There's a bunch of old games I want to replay too. Because I would read online different ways to play. I was like, oh, I never thought about doing that. Like in Fire Emblem Awakening, you as the main character, you get 2 daughters. And if you're a guy, you get 2 daughters. If you're a girl, you get a daughter and a boy. And one of them, I forget her name. It doesn't really matter. Like, she's good. She's mega powerful. But there's another one you get that's insanely powerful. And what you can do is that if you are by chapter 11 in Fire Emblem Awakening, if your avatar has had one interaction with any other female, you will have a kid together. But if your character has not had any interactions with any other female, and by chapter 11, I think Chrom has his daughter Lucina come in. You can from the future, obviously. So she's of age. So if you have at that time a relationship with Lucina, like a battle with her, side by side, then you get not only your genes passed off into your daughter, but Chrom's genes, which are passed off into Chrom's daughter, Lucina. Those genes also pass off into your daughter, and it is the most powerful player in the game. And I never thought to do that, because I always like partnering up with Sully, because Sully's freaking awesome, and I love that. Anyway, that is what I want to do, Redfink. Redfink also says, still hodl on my Sheeb. They keep talking a big game for the future, and I hope they succeed. Alien Object says, Dan said they cannot lock you out of your web wallet to access your OMI on the app, even if your account is disabled. Would have to believe him on this. All right, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Fair point. Aldous Hadley says, at Sinful, I'm not against Sheeb or Doge. I made lots of money there, but I sold. Don't take my thoughts the wrong way. I think VeVe is a long-term hold that will outpace. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Excuse me. And it says, making my way to the humpback whale on this OMI tip. Get the bread. Ballin says, not your Earth 2 neighborhood. When VeVe turns on the land switch, where's Randy Republic staking its claim? Oh, that's a good name. Randy Republic. The Chavez Empire. No, I don't want to. Empire sounds like that. Although, if you go and you look at, life under the Empire versus life under, the rebels, like the rebel alliance, life is not good under, like, it is a lot easier to overthrow a government than it is to try to build one up. Like, even in the Mandalorian, I think Carl Weathers, we mentioned Creed before, is like, he says, if it's such an issue, why not report me to the authorities? And then Mando's like, that's a joke. Because it's laughable to him that the authorities would come out there and try to establish rule of law. But Law and Order is not the show. It's such a good show. My friend Sean was on both shows. He was on SVU and Criminal Intent. He's an actor. He was like a child actor at that point, though. Anyway, yeah, the Empire. I don't. Even though the Empire was a lot better for the everyday person than, the rebellion and all that. Like, again, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. God rest her soul. Beautiful person, beautiful woman. Oh my God, so hot as Slave Leia. But at the end of, Coruscant was a thriving place with what, 1 trillion people on it. On Coruscant, or at least not even people, sentient beings. And then at the end of, like episode 8, episode 9, like the rest of like the rebellion fit on like a couple of ships. How bad do you have to mess up for that to happen? I just anyway, moving on. I don't know what I would call it. I might just call it Chavez Topia again, just to kind of keep some consistency across metaverses. I will. I have. It depends how it's out. Like if we do have Pokemon and they have like, if they have a whole Johto, or I'm sorry, if they have a whole Kanto, one of my businesses, Chavez Kanto Project, it's pretty much closed up now. I'll be buying in and around Viridian City. Or I'm sorry, Viridian Forest. In and around Viridian Forest. Cerulean Cave. Why Cerulean Cave? That's where freaking Mewtwo is. Viridian Forest? That's where Mew appears. Nobody knows that unless you play the game. I'm sorry, unless you read the manga. Nobody reads the manga. Obviously, if you play the games and you kind of, get to do that glitch, Mew appears on the Nugget 5 bridge. The Nugget 5. I'm sorry, that was, the Nugget 5 was the name of the bridge, but that reference was actually Doug Funny's dad. It's like, look, Doug, it's the Funny 5 when they make that kite together. That was in the deep recesses of my brain. But yeah, I'd probably call it Chavez Topia. I don't know where I would buy, though. Like, if they have a Nintendo World, I'm buying right outside of the Mushroom Kingdom. Why? Imagine having Peach's Castle in your backyard. Imagine having, like, Bowser's Castle in the sky. Imagine having, like, an air show with the Star Fox R-Wing. Oh my heckin' goodness. I don't know. If I want a whole bunch of pieces of land to be able to create my own Bowser's Castle and Mushroom Kingdom and Zelda's Castle from Hyrule. I want Hylian Gar. I want Dashi everywhere. There's so many different things. I really have to see what it's going to look like in the VeVeverse before I finalize my plans. I mean, I'll let y'all know, but I don't want to say one thing right now, like commit and marry to one thing when it could be something completely different depending on, what comes up. Sorry, I'm trying to get my feet underneath that little towel there that I got. Keep my footsies warm. Ballin says, what's the plan? What's the vision? I mean, the vision's going to be, I do want to make even if there's no Mario Kart, I want to get a bunch of places of land, and I want to be able to take our cars and make races. I want to make giant chessboards. I want to do everything. I want to build a giant castle just to knock it down from like Lord of the Rings, which we have MGM. Why not? Like, I would love to get a whole bunch of like Urukai, and then like have them storm the castle, and then just like have like 500 elves just going like from the Lothlorien woods. Like, again, look at that video that I made. Oh, that was a live stream though. Yeah, look at the live stream at the end of the Super Bowl where I was talking about elves and so actually, I'm not even going to. I'm not even going to go do that again because that was a whole thing. I needed like an aspirin after that. Moving on. Sinful Mama says, rich people build systems, and OMI VeVe system is amazing. It is. Milestone Rant's 10% fee, apparently. Don't have a healthy respect for the dollar. Pay 8% at sale. Disney, it was 8.5, but yes, agreed. Then you pay an additional 10%. Next, you pay a short-term capital gains. That can be as high as 20, 30. Short-term capital gains for you guys is a lot higher than that. But yeah, no, I agree. This is the cost of doing business. And, if you want to cash out now, if you don't want to cash out now, then you want to wait. I mean, waiting is usually, for me, it's always better. But, if some people like, hey, there's too much fees, I don't want to do it, and they want out, well, you can get out. I think waiting on MTL would probably be better, but if you want out, you can get out. There's people will buy your gems, or they'll buy your stuff in general. So I can't stop you. I would definitely advise against getting out, but again, for me, this is just how it's set up. This is just the way it is. There's nothing we can do about it. So moving on. Well, Ron says, have you seen Willy's Wonderland movie with Nick Cage that came out last year? It's basically Five Nights at Freddy's, except he hunts out. It's called Willy's Wonderland? Oh my god, I gotta... Hang on. Why doesn't my fingerprint not recognize? Okay, what's it called? Willy's Wonderland. Hang on. Because this sounds amazing. Oh my god. Oh, he looks good there. He's got the... Oh, I can't wait to watch this. It's a 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, total score. Can't wait to watch it. When his car breaks down, a quiet loner agrees to clean an abandoned family fun center. My voice can't do that. In exchange for repairs, he soon finds himself waging war against possessed animatronic mascots while trapped inside Willy's Wonderland. That sounds amazing. I cannot wait for that. Oh my god. Oh, the budget was $5 million. Oh, and it only made 445,000. I want it. I want it so badly. Okay. Oh god. Oh my god. I know. Moving on here. Myerson Rant says, just saying, it's not whining, some serious coin. Yeah, they're taking a lot. I get it. Says, I'll stick with OMI, but ouch. Oh yeah, I'm sticking with OMI too. Crypto Boy says, sorry to ask, but why don't you call VeVe to let him tell his side of the story as he did for Wendy? So again, I'm not going to talk bad about anybody while they're not here, but I guess I have to. I don't have to. There are certain people that purposely took things out of context and framed it so to make Wendy look bad. And I don't care if it was Wendy or anyone else. The fact that other people are purposely, and it wasn't just him, it was other people as well, to purposely take things out of context to make other people look bad. That is not okay. That is not cool. Like, I not to quote Captain America, but I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from, and I was blocked long before anything else, and there was a couple of people in that. There was one person in that group. Again, I'm not going to name names, that came on my stream with multiple accounts, one using their real name, so I know who it was, just trying to badmouth people with false accusations. Not cool. So I wish the best for everybody, and I hope that people. I think that everyone should treat each other nice. To start and give them benefit of the doubt, but yeah, I don't. When you purposely try to hurt others, not cool. Not a good look. Aldous Hadley says, at Sinful Mawile, truth, not downing any other coin/projects. Only VeVe is different from all. Fair point. Sinful Mawile says, young college kids, go for it. You call it an internship. I forget what we were talking about when we were talking about the internships. Rock Dirty says, Rocky 1 through 4 for me. Don't make me choose because I can make a case for each one in a debate. Yeah, same. Rapfink says, do the Creed movies count? I don't know if they count. I mean, they're all part of the same universe, same saga. Alan's like, gummy Mick, gummy. New Dirty says, haha, Clubber Lang, unnecessary screaming. He does. There's some boys we're trying to find. He's like, ah! Like that's what he does. And like, I don't fully understand why. Like why did people think that was a good idea? Like, say something and scream, but don't just go, ah! Like he's getting like stabbed. Like, I don't understand that. Moving on. Arthur says, I'm thinking of buying another reso. There's one for 13.9 thousand on the floor. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Says, don't think it'll go lower than that. Yeah, it was 25K last month. It's really not a bad buy down here. So yeah, again, DC. I like flipping DC a lot more than Marvel and Disney because they only have the 2.5% fee as opposed to 8.5. Sinful Malice says people would pay 1 to 3% if it was per month. No. Again, if I rent out one of my alligator Lokis, even at 3% per month, that's nothing. That is, like I said, 10% would be $4. So I would get $1.20. I would get 1.2 gems if I rent it out for a month. I just wouldn't do that. It's not worth it to me. But again, if it's like $100,000 thing, and you get even $1,000 a month, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So I think Sinful Mawa, yours would work for things even something that was only $10,000. 1%, still $100. It's really not bad per month. It's probably pretty good, yeah. But I think it when it goes so low, they have to do something different. Guy says, how can I make a living in the VeVeverse with land? I need a game plan. If you have something really cool on the land, like, get ready for the PG-13 slide R here. What people do on their land is their own business, and most likely it is a contract between two consenting adults or people. Like even like if you have someone says, "Oh, if you're doing something X-rated, you have to, ask. It only has to be with people that are 18 plus." And I'm pretty sure even 15-year-olds can, are smart enough to be like, "Oh, yes, I am 18." Like what I did when I was younger. And I guarantee you, there's going to be a lot of simps out there that are be like, "Oh, I'm going to get private time, like a one-on-one Skype session in the VeVeverse with this pretty girl," and they'd pay for it. And again, between two consenting adults, anything can happen on that Skype session or that face-to-face whatever. That would be. I guarantee you that happens. I guarantee you in the VeVeverse there's. But again, it doesn't have to be that. It could be fortune telling. You could have something. I've said this to people in Earth too. You don't need giant things. Like if you have just like a thing like fortune telling. If you have something that says like, "Oh, I'll read your palms," or I'll just have a simple video game, a simple game on there. It's just like, "Hey, let's play flip cup. Let's play ping pong. Let's play something." And you say like, "Okay, well, if you can last 30 seconds, like if you're a beast at ping pong, you can last 30 seconds against me. I'll give you $10, but it costs $2 to verse me." If you're just OP in that game, you're just collecting $2, and if one out of every 30 people beat you, okay, you get $60. You give away 10. It's pretty nice, and you can do that for anything. So you just have to get creative. You don't even need land. Like there's going to be people that don't have land, but they're just so good at like Animal Crossing. They're so good at Roblox. Like, hey, you want something? I'll build it for you. Or is this like, you want something decorated? Like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Like they'll make your play, like Pimp My Ride. They're going to pimp your stuff out. So people can be creative, and you don't even need land for it. You'd probably, yeah. Again, if you're really good at designing stuff, really good at painting, oh hey, take the spray paint and spray stuff on here, and people make cool art wherever they go, and that'd be pretty legit. Sinful Miles says the OMI scenario. Yeah, OMI scenario, best pace. I mean, we'd have a golden goose case where it's insane. Pure Malice says the last exchange was OKEX, and that was last August. People need to realize exchanges aren't coming anytime soon. Everything's been and will be delayed. VeVeverse Q1, right? The hopium is real, huh? Well, I never said Q1. I do believe VeVeverse will be Q3 or Q4, but I do believe it will be this year. And again, it depends what soon is. I'm pretty sure we still get exchanges Q1, definitely Q2. So yeah, VeVe Crusader says 400,000 OMI, almost my goal of 1 million. Dude, get it. Sinful Mawa says Chavez Tropolis. Chavez Tropolis. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to decide what to put on it. Alan says you will love Willy's Wonderland. I can't wait for it. Lord of the Realms says it's such a fun movie. Sinful Miles says VeVe might spy on you and sell your info like Facebook. I that's par for the course nowadays. Again, I don't know if VeVe would do that, but if they did, okay, everyone does that. Aldous Havley says Willy's Wonderland, stream it on Hulu, must watch. I don't have Hulu, but I imagine I could do it somewhere else. Split Sniper 7 says, hey all, not staying, just haven't been around for a while and wanted to stop by and say hi. Well, you are the last comment for the evening. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. Like I said, I'll do an update video tomorrow, like my normal update, and I'll probably do something at night as well. Same thing with Sunday. Zach 8 says, do you think OMI or collectibles are better buy right now? I'm about 50-50 into both, but looking to add more on the dip. I just think collect what you like. I like the I'm more heavily invested into OMI. Somebody gifts me $100,000, most of it would go into OMI. Yeah, like that's it. Some would go into the collectibles. There's some things I don't want to buy. I want to get more alligator Lokis. I want to maybe complete some Disney Golden Moments. Sets. Whatever. But yeah, for the most part, it's just OMI. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Thank you all for the super chats. I love you so much. Goodbye. Meow, meow, meow. Thanks, man. I'm going to go watch Rocky 1 through 4 till morning. Thank you, Aldous Havley. Have a good night. Good night, all. Meow, 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 meow. I have so many messages to get back to.